Hey everybody, welcome to my first case study video on twin flame astrology. So as I've said in my previous videos, I don't love the term twin flame. While the astrology we're about to look at is extraordinary and it denotes a same soul connection, it's impossible for us to say, in my opinion, that there is not another incarnated being on Earth who would share that connection with them. So for that reason, I prefer the term twin wave. And if you're interested in that, you can go back and listen to my video on the twin wave concept. But to make things simple and accessible to all, I will be using the term twin flame in these case study videos. You're here because you want to know how to tell if somebody is of your soul, and that's what I'm going to show you. I do believe such relationships to be highly important and that astrology is a very useful way to pinpoint them. So let's begin. Today we're looking at couple D. We're going to call them Diana and Daniel. Diana emailed me the birth information for herself and Daniel. She said that when she met Daniel, she felt this energetic tunnel between them. These two are 4 years apart. I was especially interested in their case because I've been looking for more examples of low age gap twins. Okay, so first I want to show you the draconic charts, because I think that they are underrated, especially when we're deciphering twin flames. Here we see that his Venus is conjunct her Chiron. I see this as Daniel incarnating to provide healing to Diana, or perhaps both of them incarnating to provide healing to each other. Healing is an important aspect of this relationship on Earth. I see this a lot in twin flames. We'll touch on that again later. His Mercury is conjunct her ascendant, Mercury, the twins, and his Mars is conjunct her Venus. So he's bringing in the masculine energy and she the feminine. She's got Alma conjunct his midheaven. Alma is Spanish for soul. We can see that his Vesta is conjunct her part of fortune, and her Pluto is conjunct his part of fortune. Let's think about that. The everlasting flame that he keeps is equal to all of her primary energies combined. And all of his energies combined come from the seat of her soul, her Pluto. Pluto, rebirth, right? Next, we see that they have Psyche conjunct Psyche. So Psyche means soul, reinforcing again this idea that they're the same soul. We also see that her spirit is conjunct his Chiron. And I do find that Chiron can be quite meaningful to twins. And again, we're going to talk more about that, so not to worry. You've got both moons here in the same sign, and I have seen that before with twins and draconic. And now here comes my favorite. His Sutio is in a conjunction with her Sumana. I have found this asteroid pair to be of great significance to twins, and here they have it. And again, we see her bringing in the feminine energy and he the masculine. Sutio means star boy in the Hopi language, and Sumana means star girl. Diana and Daniel are cosmic travelers who have chosen to incarnate here together for a divine purpose. So that's the draconic synastry. Obviously, there is much more to discuss here. We're just basically scratching the surface of the synastry between these two charts. And I mean, we can see here that both charts are ruled by Mercury. We can see that there are double aspects between each person's Neptune to the other person's Sun. There's lots more that we could spend time on looking at. But what we've seen already is very, very compelling. So let's go ahead and move on to their natal charts. So looking at the natal, right away we see that these two have almost identical angles. Their ascendants are 4 degrees apart. Interesting, right? Because they are 4 years apart in age. Now, you might be asking, do you have to have identical angles in order to be considered twin flames? No, you do not. However, it is common for a twin to have an angle that is conjunct their other twin's angle. Doesn't have to be the same angle. And typically I would look for like maybe 5-6 degrees off or less. But maybe the ascendant is conjunct the descendant, or the ascendant is conjunct the midheaven. whatever. So again, not necessary, not absolutely necessary, but it is a common thing that we do see. Next, we can see that she has Chiron on her ascendant. Now, remember when we were looking at the Draconic and we saw that she had Chiron conjunct his Venus, and we said that healing was going to be a central focus for them here on Earth? Well, here we're seeing it again. With her Chiron on her ascendant and his moon conjunct her ascendant and her Chiron, if I had to take a guess here, I would say that there is a profound level of healing here that he is providing to her in this lifetime. And this is emotional healing. This is about the moon. And I just want to say here too that the reason that I show you the Draconic charts first is because the Draconic chart is your soul's evolution chart. And I think it's important that we look at that bigger picture, and then we can kind of look and see how it's manifesting in this particular lifetime, how things from the Draconic chart might be carrying over and showing a resonance in the natal chart. So in that vein, I'd like to also point out that her Sutio is conjunct his ascendant. So kind of showing that, you know, who he is, his identity is her star boy. And in keeping with that message, we're seeing that her Sumana is conjunct his IC angle. Wow. Right? It doesn't get much clearer than that, does it? His IC, his soul's origin, the point of his soul's origin, right, is resonant with, is equal to her star girl. So he comes from her. Another interesting thing here is that they are both Gemini ascendants. I mean, Gemini, the twins. Again, this is not necessary. This is not necessary for all twins to have Gemini ascendant, but it doesn't hurt. And for them both to have it, I mean, it's very interesting. They're both Aries suns, and they both have moons that are ruled by Mercury. So again, we're just scratching the surface here, but without even going into all of the different planetary aspects that there are in between these two charts, we can already see that there is compelling evidence for a twin flame relationship. Now, I want to show you the first meeting chart of this couple because I think it's pretty telling. Now, we don't have the time for this chart. We don't know what time of day that they originally met up and spoke, but it's interesting that when we set this chart for noon, and make it a solar chart, the angles of the chart become identical to the angles of their natal charts. Pretty crazy, huh? We are looking first at the transits that Diana experienced on that day. Sumana is opposite Sutio in the sky that day. She's just had her Psyche return, and Vesta and Mars are conjunct her descendant. So here comes the twin flame, right? Right there, conjunct her descendant. Also, she's just had her Mercury return. So Mercury and Psyche are having their returns, and then she meets this person. Mercury being the twins, Psyche being the soul. Do you have chills yet? Okay, so let's see what's going on with Daniel that same day. The sun is transiting opposite his Vesta, and Vesta is transiting opposite his moon. Isn't that interesting? I will tell you that sun opposite Vesta and moon opposite Vesta are transits that I have seen before in meeting charts for twin flames. One more thing I'll point out here. We know that Sumana is opposite Sutio in the sky that day. Sumana is also transiting conjunct his prenatal solar eclipse. And this really shows the fatedness of this meeting, that this star girl coming in is meant to meet him, and it is happening now at the right time. So I hope that you have found this case study as interesting as I have. I use several other tools when discerning twin flame relationships, including solar and lunar returns, diurnal charts, progressions, sidereal divisional charts, numerology, and more. I may make another video showing more of the evidence in this particular case, but I am trying to keep these videos short. My focus is to give you a glimpse at some of the aspects I find most significant and evidentiary in the specific cases, and show you the patterns that can be seen between astrological modalities, different chart chart types. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Until next time, guys, namaste.